Can't believe I'm finally doing this video. We're not gonna cry. We're a hard guy, okay? And what? Hard guys don't cry. Hard guys don't do what? Hard guys don't cry. Can never see tears in the eyes of a hard guy. Something you need to know is that while I was preparing for this video, I watched other videos of people that talked about their acne experience, and I cried a lot. So I promised myself in this video, we're not gonna cry. So hi, if you're new to this channel, my name is Ibidunni Osho, and I'm a media personality and creative currently based in Lagos, Nigeria. And on this channel, I make content about skincare, self-development, and lifestyle content. So if you'd like to know my acne journey, my skincare journey, how I got comfortable with acne, please do keep on watching. So I started having acne when I was 8 years old, and literally this year, well, last year actually, made it 20 years that I have been dealing with acne. Now, my skin type is oily textured acne prone. So oily is, my sebaceous gland is doing an amazing work. I don't like to see oily skin as, oh, it's a bad thing. Hello, my oil is oiling, okay? Textured is, my facial skin has gone through certain stages that have now made it not as smooth as another person who does not have acne or who has never experienced acne. Acne prone is obviously, I'm treating it, it's working, but I'm prone to having it over and over again. You know, even if I'm using treatment, even if, you know, I'm sticking to a skincare regimen. So 8 years, 9, I can't remember what age I got into secondary school. But I know that when I got into secondary school, I think in GS2, I moved schools to an all-female girls' school. And then there was this girl who just started picking on me. Obviously, like I said, I started having acne even before I got into that school. But nobody had ever really like pointedly said it to me or pointed out to me, oh, you have acne. So I never really saw it as, oh, I have something bad going on with me. But when I got into school, that was when I started feeling like, oh my God, something is wrong with me. So I remember what she looks like. The girl's name was Tolani. Tolani was dark, a bit skinny, and she had smooth skin. So I don't remember very vividly like, oh, if she had very, very smooth skin, but I know that she was somebody that really hurt me. And I think that's why I remember very vividly, you know, details about her. The bullying started, and okay, I'm back. So we'd be in like class, maybe like between classes, and this person would take it upon herself to just tell. I remember the very first time she used this word for me. That's the very first time. I don't remember if she used it again and again, but I know you start remembering. She used to call me mud face. You know, like when a part of the road is bad and the sand under is brown, right? And then rain falls, so that place is like muddy and there's like stones in between that mud. Yeah, that was like, she gave me a vivid description of what she was referring to when she used to call me mud face, you know. And so at that point, I was just always down, like, what does she mean by mud face? Is this really how bad my skin is? I used to cry myself to sleep. My school at the time was a boarding school, and it was a girls only school. And I'm sure there were other girls like me, but obviously because like I was the one that was being bullied at the time, I was the one that knew how that experience was like for me. Because I was not in love with my skin, and because I never knew I'd do a video like this, I didn't take photos or videos of how my skin looked at that time. But my skin was bad. Bad as in acne like this really tiny comedones everywhere. And I was darker than this at the time, obviously, though I was not using sunscreen and all those things. So I was darker than this at the time. My skin was dull. It was always oily. So imagine, right? I already started noticing, oh, I was dealing with oily skin. And then, so imagine my skin is like acne filled and then it's oily. So if I run my hand on my face, my hand is literally gliding down. Like it's literally like oily. So it was like after the experience with her, After GS3, I left the school. So after GS3, before I moved to a new school, I and my mom decided to see a dermatologist. Or at least we thought she was. I think she was honestly a dermatologist, but at the time, maybe she didn't know so much. So this person, at the time, E45 range was in trend. My mom wasn't miserly with me at all. Obviously, I was the only child. So we met this esthetician, dermatologist, and she had told us, you know, what my skin type was. I think she was actually the first person that mentioned that, oh, I had oily skin. So she had introduced us to the E45 range. So we went in and bought the whole range. Face soap, body soap, all the E45 range that was, you know, for my skin type. So I moved into a new school. Nobody in the new school bullied me about my skin. And then one time, I'm not going to say the name of the course the teacher was teaching, because I'm sure anybody from my secondary school that's watching this will know who I'm talking about. So this particular teacher called me into the teacher's room and asked me, what's this on your face? And it was, at the time, humor was the thing that I knew how to to use to, you know, not feel what I was feeling. So I just like, it's pimples now. And this person, an adult, and this person would like refer to my skin and be like, how did you like? So this person was not saying from a point of caring. I think maybe this person was also just like fascinated, or maybe like just interested, or maybe I don't even know what to call it, but I know that the feeling I had that day was not great, and that also triggered me again. At that time, I used period blood on my face. Yeah, because at that time it was trending. Oh, use period blood on your skin because it's coming from you, it's going to be completely clean. I think it was the day I just thought, wait, this is not supposed to be wasted eggs, you know, that did not get fertilized. Why am I using it on my face? What correlation, you know, does it have with my face? And then obviously I stopped using it. So what I was doing, or what I realized much later that I was doing, was I was focusing on the wrong things, right? What I was focusing on was the goal. I want to remove acne. I want to get rid of acne on my face. What I was not focused on was the system, was the process. So I was supposed to research on each product, know what each product is supposed to do, know how to use each product, know when to use each product, you know, things like that. Because at the end of the day, right, lime makes your skin fairer. I don't know what I don't think coffee honestly was doing anything. Sugar at the time was supposed to be an exfoliant, right? Obviously, it was just that sugar's texture was too rough to be used on the face. Listen, when St. Ives and Dove and the rest really first started coming out with scrubs, I was the customer. I've been using scrubs for years, and then I would aggressively apply scrub it, and I was messing up my skin, but I didn't know that was what I was doing. So secondary school throughout, SS1 to SS3, I didn't have any bully, but I was focusing on, oh, this acne has to go, this acne has to leave me. So I knew how to do makeup from like SS3. It was as if I knew it was going to be useful for me in uni. I'm not kidding you. Throughout my first year, I'm in 100 level. You can't see me outside without makeup. I come to class in the morning for lectures. My face is fresh, and I was using everything mattifying. Mattifying primer, mattifying this, mattifying foundation, powder, mattifying powder, and what they call those things, blotting papers, I had everything. Nah. I was always on makeup. Always. When I got pregnant, when I firstly was pregnant, my skin was okay. But towards 9 months, and when I had her, chest and back and neck and face, acne. But of course, after having a child, your focus is not your skin. Before the end of uni, I started working in the media. It was one person that got me started out in the industry, and he never for once referred to my skin as a barrier as to why he would not work with me. So I didn't see it as a problem until I left him to, I did a few auditions. What if some of those people didn't call me back because of my skin? You know how like girls in, like black girls in America used to say, you know, white people should not pull their hair and stuff. That was how I used to feel about my skin. Like makeup artists that have dark skin like me, just because they have fresh skin, right? They'd literally be looking at my skin like, wow, are you serious? Wow. So I had to take control of that narrative. So whenever I was working with a makeup artist, maybe I was getting ready for a show or something, and they would start looking at my skin, I'll just be like, yes, I have oily skin, so whatever product you're using, do a good mixture of mattifying and, you know, moisturizing. And also I have large pores, so just know, keep in mind that whatever products you use for me, they're most likely not going to blow out my skin. So I took control of that narrative. It was at that point that I started building my confidence from the inside. So I wasn't still working on my skin actively just yet, but I had started to accept who I was. I had started to accept that this is my skin. I can't do anything to change it right now, like where it is right now. The only thing I can do is find a good regimen that works for me, stick to that regimen, and see what that regimen can do for me. Fast forward to May last year. So I have this friend who also owns a skincare brand. The name of the brand is By Zobane. Obviously, at that time, I already knew, what my skin's problems were. So I just, highlighted some of the products that I had heard, ingredients that I had heard that, okay, were really good for my skin. And this lady, well, she's my friend, but at the end of the day, she's a professional at what she does. She's really good. She's based in Abuja, by the way. I'll put her handle on the screen. She made soaps for me, my soaps and the serums, and then she obviously also recommended niacinamide, hyaluronic toner, the D, and sent a range of products my way for the very first time, and my skin ate those products up. I'm saying that by I think November, my skin was already thriving very, very, very nicely. And I was using what people call organic products. So that's why I don't like to jump on the bandwagon of skincare products or skincare trends. Because one person has had an issue with an organic product and maybe they happen to be popular, does not mean that everybody else in that line of industry or business is exactly like that. The one thing I really liked about her, or like about her, is she's not afraid to tell you what's in her products. She would literally send me voice notes of everything that's in every product that she was sending my way. So obviously it started working for my skin, and this is largely how we got here. And then I also introduced tretinoin into my regimen. So I introduced tretinoin. So I started what everybody started calling skin cycling. So yeah, that's really how I got to where I am now. And obviously I've also introduced other brands, international brands, into my skincare regimen. The girl that doesn't have acne is not the definition of perfection. You are the definition of perfection to you. She is the definition of perfection to herself. Okay, I know that a lot of the beauty standards in the industry, they obviously always make it look like we should aim for having smooth skin and fresh skin. No, aim for healing. And healing is healing towards a place where you are good with your skin. So you are healed even when you have protruding comedones, but you're happy on the inside. That is healing. It took me the longest time to get here. But you see, now that I'm here, baby, we have come to the end of this video. I also just wanted to say that in future videos, I will share tips and things that I have done to get my skin to where it is at the moment. Please, if you have any video requests, do not shy from letting me know about them. If you're worried about sharing to the comment section, come to my DM on Instagram. Let me know what kind of videos you want me to make that you think would help you get to a better place with your skin. Also guys, we'll start doing Texture Tuesdays on this channel. So Texture Tuesdays will be Tuesdays that videos about skincare will usually go up. They may go up sometimes on other days of the week, but we're going to aim towards releasing skincare content on Tuesdays, where I share with you guys how I am where I am now. Share some more Texture Tuesdays videos, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. If you're new to this channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video, all that good stuff. And until I see you guys in my next video, my name remains Ibidunni Osho as always. Annyeong.